Of course, a lot of eyes have been on the missing case of 22-year-old Gabby Petito. Let's go down to Newport, where police are giving an update to this investigation. They do say that her fiance, Brian Laundrie, is now a person of interest. Let's listen into this that took place just moments ago down in Florida.
Josh Taylor, Josh-Taylor, Public Information Officer for the Northport Police Department. Everybody? Ugh. Yeah, come on, man. It's Florida. Everybody ready? All right, thank you for being here. Obviously, I think it's very important that we get information out for anybody who may have seen Gabby or her vehicle, which we've sent the photos today. We're doing everything we can to bring her home safely or potentially hold anybody responsible for hurting her accountable. So I know that the press release, I think it did have some additional details in there that we haven't talked about before. So I think most of it was self-explanatory. However, I'm certain that you guys have some questions and we'll do our best to answer them. So I'll go ahead and let you do that. Well, yesterday we were not the lead agency in this case, so as things have evolved, I think we're now at a comfortable level. I think there are things that we know in this investigation that we're trying not to release. I know you guys are all doing your best to get some of that info, but we really think for the integrity of this investigation that it's important that we not release everything we know when we know it. It just made more sense. The family, first of all, the agency in Suffolk County has been fantastic. No issues there. This was just a situation where that happened to be where the family reported Gabby missing, and the fact that the van is here and both of these people that are surrounded in this case are Northport residents, so it just made more sense. We definitely processed that vehicle yesterday with the FBI. Certainly there was some material in there that we'll be going through. I don't know that we're at a situation of releasing all of those details. I think everybody in this country apparently is concerned for Gabby's well-being. We certainly have had an abundance of media attention from across this country, every major news network. I mean, it's not too often we have 15, 20 cameras and reporters sitting out in front of the Northport Police Department. So, yes, I think the answer is we are concerned, and we're working as quick as we can to get a resolution to that. Yeah, I think we can all make come up with an idea of what that means. I don't know that we're at the point of solidifying anything. We don't know what Brian knows. I mean, that's the bottom line. And we're hopeful to talk to him. He needs to talk to us. We need to know exactly where he was, where she was, their last locations. And the fact that he was back here for 10 days, there was, again, the family reported her missing 10 days later. Let's spread it around. Yes. There is currently no search warrant on the home of Brian's parents.
Where was the car found? At his house?
Correct. The vehicle was found at Brian's parents' home, where Brian and Gabby reside. I don't know. It's minute by minute. At the moment, no, I do not. I think most people would come to that conclusion. He was the last known. We have information was around her. How you define person of interest is up to you, but certainly we are interested in talking with him. One at a time. Who's going? You've gone. Yes. Okay, so here's the situation that happened. We went to the door Saturday night. We asked to speak with Brian and his family, and we were essentially handed the information for their attorney. That is the extent of our conversation with them. It's my understanding, we have had some conversations with his attorney, but certainly nothing to the level of providing us the details that we would like.
How are you planning on getting those details?
Well, look, we all have rights in this country. We all have the Fifth Amendment right. You know, we're hoping that people just do the right thing. Yeah, I don't have a whole lot of information on that. I know that there was an incident in Utah prior to this. You know, that could potentially be some information we'll have later today. Again, I don't know. I've heard that theory. I am unaware of us linking that at this point to that.
And what extent of information has the lawyer provided to you?
I don't have those details.
Josh, yesterday you said you guys were sifting the data and trying to find really a timeline. Have you guys been able to find your cell phone?
That is something that we are wanting to locate for sure. You know, yeah, you know, we've got detectives working around the clock with the FBI, using every technological resource known to man. So I don't know if that answered your question, but that was because of you guys. The neighbors have certainly been inundated by the media. I think that they have had numerous people knock on their door and drive in their yard, so I respectfully ask you to, I understand you have a job to do, and we certainly respect that, but obviously people there are being impacted. Sure. Well, we now have this new tip line that we're just want everything to funnel through. So 1-800-CALL-FBI, that's what we're hoping for. That will really help us streamline things. I know in the past we've had some FBI connection and a Suffolk County Police Department connection, but now we're really hoping to use this one particular tip line. The FBI can help us vet. As you can imagine, we get a lot of goofy phone calls and stuff like that that really aren't helpful, that really send us down some rabbit holes that are just a waste of our time. So I really hope that if you have something viable, to reach out to us. I'm unaware of that.
And is there anything your office can do to force him to talk, like such as taking an arrest warrant, taking him into custody? Are you close to that?
I think we're just pleading with him at this point to please speak with us. We need to understand those details. You know, they put out a release yesterday saying they remain in the background. That is not good enough. We need the details.
Do you plan to escalate those requests?
As far as doing what? I mean, we all have the Fifth Amendment right in this country not to speak. Anything under the law that we are capable and able to do to try to get information, whether it be through Brian or anyone else, we will do. I'm getting two at one time. Yes, ma'am. We do not have a search that we've organized in Wyoming. It is my understanding that the family themselves from New York has flown to Wyoming. I cannot confirm that they're doing their own search. I have heard that. I believe that to be true, but I cannot confirm that. Well, one second. We got this. Yes, ma'am. The van is in her name. So as far as insurance-wise, that has not been a conversation that I've had. Certainly the fact that it was in her possession, I mean, I don't know that any of us are currently worried about a stolen vehicle charge. We're trying to get to the bottom of this. I do not have knowledge of that, ma'am. With every minute, more detail, more things are worked on. You know, I can tell you right now, we do not have, you know, a definitive answer here, but they are working on it. I think every day, you know, some of this technology takes time. I think some requests through, you know, whether it be bank statements or app usage or whatever. Some of those issues take time. Thankfully, the FBI is helpful for us in this and probably speeding some of that up.
At this point in the investigation, is Northpoint police still comfortable that being opted out of this?
Absolutely. We have to do that for ourselves, but more importantly for the family. We want them to understand that if she's out there, we're doing everything in our power to bring her home. But obviously, we have a role to plan for the worst.
And Josh, do you have any leads related to the evidence of the van? And do you have anything on?
Yeah, I mean, that van was processed less than 12 hours ago as far as with the FBI, the inside. We did a cursory search of it on the outside when we initially got that van on Saturday, but wanting to make sure, you only get one shot at some of these things. So we handled it professionally and appropriately. So certainly not to the level of we're ready to come out here and speak with you all on it.
And is part of the investigation including pulling highway cameras and things like that?
Absolutely. Yep, we'll use everything. Tolls, highway cameras, gas station surveillance cameras, tips, cell phone usage, financials, whatever.
Anything to report to those cameras? Like when you
Oh, I can tell you that we have received some video footage from different times. Whether that is helpful, I don't know.
Can you share what those times were?
I cannot.
And to be clear, the Suffolk County investigator as well?
The Suffolk County Police Department, yes. And again, I want to be clear, I know this isn't necessarily important for your story, but this was not a matter of taking over control. This was just what made sense.
Josh, the Instagram account, Gabby's Instagram account has been restored. Do you have any knowledge about
I can tell you that we were initially made aware of that by the media this morning, and we are looking into that. That was, to my knowledge, that was not something that we have done. Okay?
His attorney, is he based on Long Island in New York?
He is.
He is. So no local counsel has been, to your knowledge?
Correct. We've been provided one name and one phone number.
Are any of your detectives in New York?
Not to my knowledge. Okay? All right. Thank you, everybody. We really appreciate the work that you do to get this information out. It is important, and we understand the public need for info on this, and we're working for a good resolution, hopefully. Thank you.
All right, so once again, that was the latest update with police again as they continue to work on this investigation of the missing Gabby Petito. Now you're taking a look at some pictures and video all surrounding this case. Let's go just back and reiterate what we do know at this time. Utah police have confirmed that officers were called for an incident involving Brian Laundrie and Gabby Petito roughly 2 weeks before she was last seen and a month before she was officially reported missing. So the chief of police did share a message with Fox News just yesterday saying our officers did respond to an incident involving Brian Laundrie and Gabrielle Petito on 12th of August 2021. However, neither Brian or Gabrielle were the reporting party. Officers conducted an investigation and determined that insufficient evidence existed to justify criminal charges. Now, additional details have not been immediately available. 22-year-old Petito's mother had reported her missing on September 11th, but they had last spoken in the final week of August, and she was last seen at Grand Teton National Park in Wyoming, and the couple was doing a traveling cross-country trip in their Ford Transit van, sharing photos and videos on social media. On August 12th, Petito had posted pictures taken in Arches National Park, just north of Moab, and Laundrie has not been charged with a crime or accused of playing a role in her disappearance, but police in his hometown do say that they want to speak with him on the case, saying, I think anyone would assume that the possible last person to be around her is a person of interest to want to talk with. However, there is no crime at this point.